Well, it's that time of the week that we know you've been waiting for. Spencer and Gabe are just two good friends chatting about movie topics galore. We talk and we argue and we giggle and we cry. Tell all your friends and bring them by. So have a listen and grab a quick snack. It's time for you to sit down with the laugh track.
That's right, everybody. It's the Laugh Track News. Welcome back. What day is today? Thursday night. It's the evening news on channel 420. I'm your host, Spencer.
420.
With my co-host, Gabriel.
Hey, what's up?
And today, we got the news coming. We're coming at you. We got the weather. What do we got? We got traffic. What do we got?
It's been raining all day.
Dude, seriously. It's been crazy.
It's been one of those bad days. Check out traffic on I-75 around that area.
Detroit Metro.
Yeah, Metro Detroit.
And if you don't know, this is Michigan, so the weather actually doesn't mean anything because it's just going to change tomorrow.
It's going to change in 10 minutes.
What do we got? We got potholes in the road, construction coming up nonstop, and a cold winter. Now that we got all that out of the way,
are we doing broadcaster names? Like, are you doing Spencer and I'm doing Gabriel? Because, like, in Channel 4, it's like Devin and Ruth to the rescue. Like, do you want to be Susan and I can be, like, your boy Troy?
Wallace, back to you.
Wallace.
Yeah, we're just changing up like every time.
Okay.
Also, I'm sick, so sorry for the nasally, the congestion. We got the cough drops, we got this and that. Anyways, back to you, Wallace.
I don't actually watch the news, Ruth. So, like, is this the part where we cut to commercials?
We actually got some commercials coming up. Check out our sponsor.
Today we're sponsored by Angry Orchard.
Get you some. That's the new tagline. Just made it up just now. All right, for real, we got some headlines coming up for you. Future headlines. Well, how's that possible? Let me tell you. Here at the Laugh Track, we got that future news mumbo jumbo, that mojo, that what's that called? Feng shui.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
And, we're just going to drop some knowledge bombs on you guys. These are headlines that aren't out yet, that haven't happened yet. But
all right, let's get right into the news. Okay, and we're back.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, we're back. We got, with extensive research, we got our scientists in the labs dropping oils into stuff and probably doing too much pot back there. We got a lot of statistics.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Well, through our calculations, we were able to basically predict the future.
Yeah, but here's some actual news before we get to the real news.
News that has happened.
A couple days ago.
Yeah, a couple days ago. Really interesting. You guys might be familiar with Eli Craig.
Okay.
The director who did Zombieland.
Right.
Well, he was working on a new film called Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Right? And it was stuck in this production hell. I mean, they just could not get this thing finished. Mm-hmm. Just hiccups. The horror industry is a tough one to even make a movie for.
Right. Speaking of, it just passed Sixth Sense for the greatest horror film box office of all time.
Which is quite the achievement.
Yeah.
But,
oh, yeah.
And he just could not get this movie out, right? And Netflix, actually, they came in, and seems that they're seeking out, like, risky movies that have just been stuck in development, and they're buying the rights, and they're kind of just letting filmmakers really finish their movies, putting them on Netflix, and Eli Craig kind of came out, had an interview, and was saying, like, yeah, they bought everything and funded it, and then they just let us finish the movie. They had some suggestions, but they didn't really, they just let us do our thing. And which I think is really awesome that, like, there's the industry now is such like a
powerhouse,
almost like a powerhouse. But it's like, if you have a movie and you're a director and you have a budget and you're working on it, like, you're not, like, you have people behind your back, that are pushing forward for
they're gonna fund your movie for you.
Yeah, and that's just awesome. That's like such a community of.
It really shows that Netflix cares in a sense. At the end of the day, they just want to make money. They did just raise their prices, $2, $3 for some plans or whatever.
But honestly,
and it's going to happen again too because they literally just did it 6 months ago. Not even. I'm legit thinking of canceling and just streaming. I'll buy like every third month or something and just binge watch for a month. Take all those weeks off work and just stay at home, and then save up to spend on Netflix again because soon it's going to get it's going to get expensive. I think. I don't even use it half the time anyway.
Well, if you think about it too, like, how many people do you know share one Netflix account?
I share 5 with just the one I pay for.
Yeah, and it's...
So, they have to raise prices somewhere or lower the amount of people you can share with. So,
but Netflix is really cool about it, and the fact that they're kind of reaching out and they're, like, letting filmmakers finish their movies just I mean, yeah, for money, but also just for like the whole pushing like the it's a lifestyle, bro. You got to make movies all the time, whatever. So, but that's the news. That's what we got. Gabe's got some more topics.
All right, thank you, Ethel. So, so Bob's Burgers, the hit TV show
I
from
like Bob's
Fox,
Burgers.
dude, it's the best.
Love it.
It's
Kale.
unlike Rick and Morty. You don't have to be super sophisticated and smart to
You don't need
understand
that
it.
super high intelligence,
Yeah,
that
man,
IQ.
you just wouldn't understand Rick and Morty. You're not smart enough.
The elements in it.
You don't get the Szechuan sauce.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The movie is going to be announced. It was announced, and it's coming out in June, July of 2020.
Yep.
2020.
Which is awesome.
So my question is, what is it going to be about, really? Because the show does the daily life.
Bob's Burgers.
Oh, really?
Okay, so
this just in.
Like SpongeBob, for example, right?
Okay.
They have a TV show, hundreds of episodes, and whenever they make a movie, much like any other cartoon that's kind of turned into a movie, it's just like a big crazy adventure.
Yeah, Simpsons movie was like that.
Yeah.
I think Bob's Burgers will be like that. I'm predicting Road Trip.
You think?
Yeah, I mean they can't stand it's going to be what, a 2-hour, 90-minute movie. They're not going to stay in the town the whole time.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think they are either. They got to branch out, and
one thing that's really underrated about the show though is the music. They have a lot of, like, you wouldn't think about it, but if you look at like the soundtrack and like the show as a whole, they have a lot of original songs that Gene makes. I'm predicting 3 to 5 original songs. I'm thinking more this movie is going to be like kind of like a musical, like a Disney movie.
It's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers' production value is always through the roof.
Simpsons had a movie in 2007. The script was written in 2001, and the animation was done in 2006. So let's say, they're working on the script right now, doing all the voices and stuff, and then they're going to do the animation the following year and a half.
Right.
Simpsons movie was released in theaters. You think this one will be?
Limited.
I don't think so. I think this one will be like wide release.
Really?
I think Bob's Burgers is one of those shows where it's really caught on, like Family Guy, South Park, where like a lot of people watch that show. And I think it's going to make, it might not make its money back. It might. But this basically also confirms that it's going to be on TV for the next 3-4 years too.
Oh yeah.
Like, why would you make a movie for the show and then cancel it on TV?
Right.
This show's around to stay, familiarize with the characters, get to know them, all intimate and stuff.
We kind of make it personal because Bob's Burgers is it on TV?
Yeah, Fox.
This is news to me.
You don't watch cable though.
Facts.
So they took it off Netflix though, if I remember correctly. So Netflix is a crap fest now.
Dude, where
they took a lot of stuff off.
Really?
Yeah.
Whew.
All right.
Out of the loop, clearly.
All right, so now we're going to talk to you futuristic and all.
Futuristic.
You're probably listening to this in the Wait, what would that be? If we're recording it now and they're listening to it on Sunday.
And they're listening to it in the future, but they're listening to it...
us in the past.
Like, we're in the past. But the headlines are in the future. Which means if we're recording now...
Dude, what if one of these headlines comes true by the time we... release it.
Upload it.
Dude, that'd be wild.
That would be wild.
Especially considering a lot of mine take place in, 10 years from now. All right, Margaret, kick it off.
All right. Like the news thing, right?
Okay.
In unseen and unexpected events, Steve Irwin's, the crocodile hunter,
I'm aware.
cryogenically frozen body,
Was he?
right, is brought back to life and then dies less than 24 hours from a stingray wound
to
the heart.
That's actually really unfortunate. I was going to do something similar to this one where it was going to be Walt Disney coming back. And then I actually looked into it because, the rumor that he's frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was burned and his ashes scattered throughout. So
Throughout Disneyland?
I don't know. The guy in the Mickey costume smoked them. Like they smoked Tupac ashes.
Tupac's alive.
Oh.
And in Cuba.
Yeah.
Remember?
Anyways, this is a really weird one. Is he going to do, within 24 hours, what is he going to do? Like a new show?
He's gonna, oh my god, the animals go out.
Crikey!
Gonna try and reconcile with a stingray, and then
and it's gonna sting him again
and die the same way. Yeah,
dude, that's actually very unfortunate. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
the crocodile hunter.
Yep.
The stingray.
Can we just talk about really quick too, like his family, his daughter?
Dude, they're super cool.
Yeah, real cool. Always like activists on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
They're out there.
Like his dad died. Their dad died that way.
Yeah.
And they're still brave
Living
enough to go do it.
Yeah.
Like it's all they know. Honestly, is animals and animals.
Yeah, and it's really cool.
All right.
Unfortunate that that's a future headline though.
Yeah, that's very unsatisfying.
Excuse me.
All right. As we all know, World War IV has destroyed everything.
Okay.
Infrastructure around the U.S. has been decimated, families, communities uprooted, cyber attacks erasing all known forms of media. From MP3s, online articles, movies, and video games.
Even ebooks?
Yep. President Kanye West has decided that what the American people need is for a morale boost. He's going to recreate 2004's cult classic Napoleon Dynamite.
What? That is.
Unfortunately, the latest attack on Los Angeles, we are unsure who has survived and who has not. If you stumble upon anyone who has starred in the original film, please turn them in. You will be handsomely rewarded.
Yeah, this might happen between now and the day that we post this.
Dude,
in a week.
with Kim Jong, it's possible.
Dude, Kanye West. So first of all, he wanted to run for president a couple times.
So it's definitely not, out of the question.
And so did our boy Waka Flocka.
Flame.
Or Joaquin Melfers, for those of you that know him proper. He,
Dude, Kid Rock wants to run for government. The Rock wants to run for president. He has my vote.
Well, a TV star gets elected, anything can happen.
That's true.
You
want to run? Co-own the government?
Laugh track for president. I mean, D's Nuts had a good running last.
Dude, the fact that he actually got votes was hilarious.
Like 17% or something, like egregious amounts. That's all the 18-year-olds that are like, bro, that's funny. I'm still in high school though, and
Dude,
they voted.
I'm 23 and I think that's funny.
Because it was funny.
Dude,
it's just wild.
Yeah.
But why Napoleon Who?
Dude, that's the movie that literally nobody knows if you like it or don't. Like, it broke Netflix's ratings. I don't know if you know about that. Like, it's such a hard movie to say if someone likes or not.
I did read about that.
So, like, Netflix had a hard time suggesting that movie for people because they didn't know, like, you either hate that movie or love it.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, compatibility tests that people use. Like, hey, let's sit down, first date, watch Napoleon Dynamite. If you like it, maybe we can continue the relationship.
It's just such
if not, get out of my house.
Basic. I mean, it's just such an uncomfortable movie. It's just like...
That's why it needs to be recreated. And let's see, what is this, 5 years down the line? 10 years down the line? The original cast. Everyone's going to be 20 years older, dude. It's going to be better.
My God. And Kanye... So would Kanye West be directing it? Or would he
just ordered, as president of the United States, this is what we need.
As a morale booster?
Yeah, everyone loves Napoleon Dynamite. And if you don't, you're wrong.
Thanks, Jeff. That was an awesome headline. This just in. All right, I just got the call. You didn't see it. That's how fast it was. All right, this just in. Betty White was found in her Hollywood home, alive and well. But the FBI are now investigating her 145-year-old age as a potential alien. Because nobody is supposed to be alive that long. And she's been been swimming swimmingly.
She's old.
As dirt, dude. I mean,
she's still kicking and like doing stuff too. Like she was just in a few movies.
She's on Twitter.
Good for her too. I mean, you can't just sit around and vegetate.
Dude, vegetate. Dude, she's so funny too.
She is hilarious.
Like, and the fact that she's even like operating, good on her.
Dude, like when certain people pass away, like Alan Rickman, David Bowie, like Michael Jackson, they break the world. They break the internet. When Betty White passes, when Stan Lee passes, like Hugh Hefner, dude.
Yeah,
big news. Like it's gonna break the world.
That
even when Carrie Fisher passed away, kind of everyone was in shock for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, like that's the thing is it's like weeks. Yeah. Anyways,
and then not to be like all political stuff, but then you have these like attacks, these terror attacks, and then people forget a week later.
It's crazy.
Whatever.
Crazy.
That's a good one though, Betty White.
Yeah.
I hope she lives till 145, yeah.
I didn't want her kicking it in my headline. I mean, she's
yeah, you really threw a loop for that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Found in her California home.
Okay.
Alive and well.
All right. South Park. The live-action movie has been announced, and the cast list has come out.
Okay.
Bill Burr has been announced that he will be playing every single character, as he is the only one in Hollywood with a round enough head for the role.
Wait, it's cartoon. Oh, live action.
Live action, yeah. Dude, have you seen Bill Burr's head?
Dude, you're crazy.
It's round.
I have.
It's round as hell.
He does.
And he's bald and no beard.
He's funny though.
No, he's hilarious. His podcast, check it out when you're done listening to ours. Only after you're done listening to ours. Only. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Anything else, Bertha?
No, that was awesome. Thank you, Mike. Today we're gonna go. This is some interesting news. All right, considering this kind of recently happened, I was piggybacking off of this. I was in the labs, I was cranking it down, punching numbers, dude, beating up these numbers. I mean, I was beating up these numbers, dude, trying to get the statistic out. And
what are
turns
you
out,
talking about?
My Little Pony, right?
Okay.
Certified fresh, tops the box office world record with $200 million
So beat Titanic.
weekend box office. $250 million.
Oh, box office like weekend.
Yeah, weekend box office.
What's the record right now? Star Wars.
Yeah, at
Force Awakens.
230. Yeah, Force Awakens at 230.
Wild.
230 million.
Dude, My Little Pony, underrated franchise. If you don't own a fedora, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, you guys can see I'm growing out my neck beard a little bit. Had to get it ready.
I'm cleanly shaven.
Yeah. Not where it counts though.
Do you off the top of your head know the highest box office weekend animated movie? Like what is My Little Pony competing with in terms of animation?
In terms of animation, I kid you not, I saw Shrek 3 on here.
Dude, Shrek movies are actually very popular when they first came out.
Finding Dory.
Finding Dory. Number 9 of all time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
At 135 million.
Yeah, My Little Pony.
And then Shrek 2.
My Little Pony has a reach to go.
Shrek 2 at number 12. Look at that. Okay. All time, dude.
All right. This just in. With the sudden passing of James Cameron, Michael Bay has been announced to take over the rights and filming duties of Avatar 7. The film is now undergoing intensive script rewrites and reshoots, with the release date being pushed back 18 months. The Academy Award-winning director has been quoted saying, "James was cool and all, but honestly there weren't enough explosions in the CGI Avatar 7. I will try my best to carry on his legacy by using his ideas, but making overall a better film than he could have."
Wow. That seemed a little charged there, but
you cannot argue with Academy Award-winning Michael Bay.
Did he say Pocahontas? Because there's a lot
of he had like the Freudian slip, but he saved it at the end.
Yeah, okay.
CGI Pocahontas.
Pocahontas is like the same exact story as the Avatar movie, but Avatar.
So it's going to be really interesting to see how they do Avatar 2 through what does he have planned out 5 now, and all the way through like 2025, dude.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. He announced them when the first one came out, but it was like it never got kicked off. But now they're finally doing it, and it's like, okay, what Disney fairy tale / real life event are you going to steal from now?
He's got Aladdin, Mulan. Mulan would be cool.
With like the CGI blue Navi people.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not feeling it.
I don't know, but you know what I am feeling?
This breaking news:
Star Wars Episode 9 flops.
Dude, there's no way you have something
raking in a disappointing $90,000 in the weekend box.
Dude, episode 9 comes out 3 months from now.
Projections.
You think it's gonna make 90,000?
Projections.
You want to bet $5 on it?
No.
How confident are you in your future statistical analysis?
It was calculus, and your IQ can't handle it. All right.
That must be why I don't understand Rick and Morty.
Yes, I watched Rick and Morty. You wouldn't understand though. And yes, I eat Szechuan sauce.
Szechuan sauce. That's funny, dude. There's
Pickle Rick, bitch.
Okay, what do you... I'm Pickle Rick.
Dude, did you see that video of that guy?
Yeah, it was
like
cringy,
on the ground. I'm Pickle Rick. Dude, I was cringy.
Dude, he was on the McDonald's counter, for those who don't know, screaming for the Szechuan sauce.
Where is it? Stomping,
jumping. Pickle Rick.
Yeah, and then he got down flopping on the ground, and everybody was like, "Oh God."
Rick and Morty easily has the worst fan base of all time. Oh, that or Lil Wayne fans.
I don't know.
No, Wheezy fans are the worst.
Are they?
Yeah. This just in. Yeah, they are.
Wazzy F.
All right. This just in. Thank you, Martin. It is with saddened hearts that we are announcing the death of the Wizard of Oz's Scarecrow, as he was fed to a herd of cows to support our nation's rapidly growing consumption of beef.
I'm gonna need a minute with this one. I was unaware.
I mean, how long do scarecrows averagely... Is averagely a word? Like, how long do they usually live?
A season?
Oh. Well, this one
was long past his time.
Yeah, it's about time we fed him, I do love a good steak. So, I appreciate all that he's done for me in, the movie industry.
Do you know...
It's everyone's time
Speaking
eventually,
of steak, why filet mignon is so tender? I believe I've told you. Let me tell the viewers why filet mignon is so tender. So there's a muscle in between your legs that allows you to cross your legs.
You legitimately have told me this.
Right? Allows you to cross your legs. It's the only thing it does. When was the last time you saw a cow crossing its legs? Never. So they take that one muscle, right? So that's why it's so expensive. They take that one, never been used, fat, tender muscle.
Did you actually know that it's F-L-I-E-T, like fillet, and not flaming yon? Yeah. I thought it was like flaming Y-O-N.
Flaming Jan.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guy named Jan just like invented this sick dish.
I also thought it was youth in Asia, not euthanasia.
Great. Any other confessions before we
Yeah,
we
I
move
don't
on?
know if you guys knew this. English is not actually my first language. It was,
Or his second.
It was actually, yeah.
First it was street. Then it was. All right, so.
All right, up back to you, Ethan. Dude,
Yeah.
every podcast you gotta burp.
Dude,
I'm gonna go back and make a compilation of like.
It's all my burps, farts, whatever.
I'll make it like Bob's Burgers, like Gene, my little recorder device. And all right, what's up?
All right, finally, the movie we've all been waiting for, right? Decades, years,
Emoji
maybe
movie
not
2.
decades,
Emoji
but
movie 2.
Grandma's Boy 2 finally announces its $80 million budget.
80 million.
Now, what they're gonna do with an $80 million budget, dude, I don't know. But if you saw the amount of weed in the first one, I have a pretty good guess.
Back to you.
Back to you, Gabe.
Tarantino has announced he will no longer work with Samuel L. Jackson, and that he has, quote, traded with Martin Scorsese for Leo DiCaprio. Tarantino has not spoken much about the matter, but has been quoted saying, after 20 plus years, I'll be happy if I never hear that MFer swear or talk again.
Wow, that was a good one.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a good one. Trade.
I mean, they always work with each other.
I thought it was going to be like Tarantino, a born-again Christian, drop Sam Jackson because he can't drop his MF habit.
Drops all blood from movies. only makes G Pixar films.
Do you ever see that thing where it's like, yo, it's like a Tarantino making a movie. It's like, yo, Tarantino, how much blood is in the human body? All of it.
That's a good one.
All of it. All right.
All
Recent events.
Okay.
Heartbreaking. All right. We can't believe it. You know, we've seen the warning signs. It's been creeping up, but nobody's been wanting to talk about it. Well, here at the Laugh Track, we talk to you about things that are hard to talk about. Things that we don't want to admit would ever happen. That's right. Marvel. Going bankrupt.
Yes.
Following Spider-Man 5 production hiccups with a $400 million budget, they said it couldn't be done, and they were freaking right. City in shambles, debts to pay, couldn't get music rights. It's a mess. They had to file bankruptcy. Disgusting.
Disgusting. That's funny. Dude, what if you twisted that one around, like, Marvel bankrupt for $400 million Spider-Man 5 production after Stan Lee declares for his cameo he needs $390 million.
Goes bankrupt. Still cast him.
Because they gotta have that cameo, no matter how cheesy or how corny it is, in every Marvel movie.
It's terrible.
Alright. You ready for this one? Alright. This just in. Pixar is to recreate and modernize Disney's original sexual education video. Due to budget cuts in the animation department, Pixar has decided that they will use characters from the hit movies Toy Story and The Incredibles, citing that they will specifically be using Woody and Elastigirl as sexual partners for the documentary.
What's this rated?
Well, it's the one they show you in 5th grade. So G for everybody.
R.
That was on R.
Did you see the genitals in that movie in 5th grade?
I remember I had to get my permission slip signed just to see that thing.
Dude, I remember I was crying. I was laughing so hard. You're in 5th grade and the teachers are like, all right, guys, you guys are growing up. You're 11 years old or however you are in 5th grade.
All right, I just want to go outside and play dodgeball.
Seriously. You're growing up now. You got to watch this video. And I'm like, what? First thing, it's a dick on the screen. And I am just screaming tears. I mean, I'm crying. And so, here's the thing though, so was everybody else. They had all the guys in one classroom and all the girls in the other. And she had to stop the video. I remember this. He had to stop the video. He had to stop the video, and everybody was just had to get it out. It's all right, Let it out, guys. Let it out. Resume. It just started again.
Dude, I remember we saw that for the first time, when we watched it in the room that we usually did music class. So I'm like, yeah, about to sing, about to get music, get out my little 5th grade recorder. And they're like, actually, we're watching, this educational video. I was like, made by Disney? Awesome!
Oh, what?
And then it wasn't that awesome. So
Yikes.
Oh. Yeah, but Pixar's doing it, and you know they do the 3D
Wait, what
animation.
is that movie? Can I put that on my Letterboxd?
Yeah, there's one that's like... Wait, you being serious?
Yeah, like,
it's called like the... I don't know if it's like the history of menstruation or something like that. It's something weird.
That's not the one I watched in 5th grade.
We'll talk about it after, like off camera.
Oh, all right.
Back to you, Aladdin.
Just getting weak now.
I'm looking at the Disney movies over here. That's all I can think of.
Thanks, A Bug's Life.
It'd be Flick.
This was astounding news. Personally, I lost a lot of money on this. A lot of money. You know me. I'm an investor. I invest in stocks.
Since when?
My assets, liquidation. What's another word like that? Mortgage, bills.
Finance.
Well, it happened. You know, the battle has been going on for years to come, and finally, Google bought Apple. Right?
What?
Google bought Apple. We didn't see it coming. That's funny story. That's actually a legit headline that was just released on accident. Like, plans to buy Apple, and then it was like, no, that's not like a plan, but it was like an insider source, and it was like, so I was like,
bro, I better cop that new iPhone before it turns into the Pixel.
Buy Google stock.
I can't afford Google stock. It's like $700 billion
per penny. That's how stocks work,
not
right?
how stocks work.
They call it pennies. Dude, I watched that movie with Leo in it.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, that one.
All I learned about that movie was not to do Quaaludes.
Old Quaaludes.
Yeah, the new ones are pretty tight.
Yeah.
P-tight.
So Google buys Apple, gives Netflix unlimited rights.
Jesus.
Unlimited rights to all movies, all production companies ever, with a now unlimited budget and value. So you could have Lord of the Rings on Netflix.
All right, so like
Girls Gone Wild on Netflix. A Bug's Life on Netflix.
Two Girls, One Cup
on Netflix. Meat Spin on Netflix.
What's Meat Spin? Why are you going to... Nope. Okay. So like on the flip side, listen, you are on my Wi-Fi. What are you doing? On one side, I can see like this not happening, but like Google's a big company. Apple's a big company.
So is
too.
Apple though.
Yeah, but it's like...
Can you imagine what would happen to the technology?
Yeah, but like say like 4 phones explode. You know, you never know. Google could eventually buy Apple because it took a hit.
Yeah.
That's the darkest timeline.
I swear to God, I'm going to come back to this episode in like 5, 15, 20 years. I'm going to be like, I told y'all. I'm going to fight every one of you guys.
All right. With Star Wars Episode 19 failing to meet its budget at the box office, due to fans protesting about the oversaturation of the galaxy far, far away, Disney, who is slowly approaching bankruptcy, has decided to lay off all CGI and video effects employees for Episode 20. The upcoming 20th installment is in everyone's favorite franchise will be filmed entirely in space. To audition for the main role, please call us.
Must be able to hold your breath, not implode or freeze to death.
Dude, so this actually brings up a point that I wanted to make earlier. Well, not earlier, but like eventually to you. Do you think there's ever a point in time where we film in space?
Like
Like
you and I?
No, not you and me. I'm not going to space.
Oh.
I like my feet on the ground.
Oh, like film movies in space?
Yeah. Like, do you think... Like, James Cameron, I feel, is like one of the guys who would like do it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's like planning to, but this guy took...
Like a full
This
production.
guy's gone like to the lowest things of the sea. Like, he holds like one of the records or some crap like that. Just because he was interested in Titanic and all that. So, like, I can definitely see him going from one extreme all the way up in the air to the other. I mean...
It's actually crazy to think about that, like, in 20, 30, 40, 50 years, there could be, like, a small, short production completely in outer space.
That would be, like, one of those, like... How many movies these days do you really have that's, like, groundbreaking at this point? Like, Avatar set the groundbreaking for 3D, but you had the first ever color movie, the first ever sound movie.
Yeah.
You know, the first ever 3D animation movie, stuff like that.
First ever emoji movie.
Soon you're gonna have the first ever filmed in space movie. Like, even if it's just a scene.
That's actually crazy to think about.
Yeah.
You guys, they heard it here first. Where did you guys hear it first?
Laugh Track News.
The Laugh Track, yeah. That's
Channel
right.
420.
Laugh Track. Yeah, Channel 420.
Can we change that number, dude? 420 is over.
Wait, how did he?
Vape Nation.
Vape Nation, y'all.
Jesus Christ.
All right. North Korea is blown off the face of the earth.
Actually, that's a real headline. We're reading CNN.com right now.
Back to you, Gabe.
Wait, is that it?
North Korea blown off the face of the earth. Remnants of the country to become a new hotspot for Mad Max 3 filming.
Dude, that's so dope.
Yeah.
That's actually a good one. Like that's
Production hiccups with nuclear radiation.
Okay, you lost me.
Militias.
I don't need Tom Hardy having a third arm.
I mean,
the man could act the hell out of a third arm.
Did you see his Green Beret short? I mean, he might as well have a third arm.
His what?
Green Beret short. The one where he's naked through the whole thing.
Oh, no, I
16 minutes
I know about that
Tom
one.
Hardy's softie.
Yeah, I just watched Bronson, and that was enough for me.
Dude, I'm like 3/4 of the way through Bronson still. I've yet to finish it.
You should finish it. Just start over, though. Watch it, like, continuously.
Yeah, I mean, I just kept falling asleep.
I feel you. It's not boring, so I don't know why.
It's not boring, but it's like I only have time to watch it at night, and it's like, you know.
Okay.
And like right now, I'm drinking sleepy time tea, so I can.
All right. I'm going to see if you catch up on this one. And see where I got this idea from, the inspiration. Anne Hathaway checks into rehab for a cocaine addiction.
Oh, this
after
was me
playing
from the
a
last episode.
After playing a coke dealer in her newest film. Rumors have it that production have been halted as Anne Hathaway has used the entire $100 million budget on drugs. Director Martin Scorsese commented saying, "When we told her to method act for the role, we had completely forgotten about her past addiction with substance abuse. We did not realize she would take it to this extreme."
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's from my...
Yeah, I got that one from your Two Truths and a Lie. I was like,
that's awesome.
Dude, I wonder if he could remember that.
Yeah. I mean, it was
like
2 weeks ago.
If it wasn't a week ago.
Dude, that's awesome. That, you know what that reminds me of, though? $100 million. That reminds me of the Tyler, the Creator, Rella music video where he's
doing the whole, like, mountain of coke.
mountain of cocaine.
That's
Dude,
a good one.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Dude, you could have twisted the North Korea one. And actually, no, I'm going to save it for next time when we do Future Headlines Part 2.
Part 2.
Spoiler.
That's actually a future headline. We're doing Part 2. Bet. It's almost as if we can tell the future. All right. Jennifer Lawrence, pregnant.
Okay.
With Steve Buscemi's the father in a recent twisted scandal.
That is very twisted.
Yeah. Sick, almost. Sick.
I don't know if I'm not digging that one. Because I just can't imagine that. Like, would the child be beautiful, or would it be Steve Buscemi?
Oh, it looks like a troll, dude. You know it would.
All right. You got one more?
Yeah, I got one more.
All right. What is it?
All right. Michael Cera arrested? What? What for? Maybe it was accidental assault. He broke loose.
Maybe it was alcohol, buying it underage, even though he looks underage.
Maybe it was like drunk driving. Fingers crossed. Hope not. Well, what was it, Gabe? Let me tell you. Michael Cera arrested. 14 dismembered bodies found in his California estate shed. Who would have thought that Michael Cera...
Honestly, if you gave me money to bet. Top 3 is making my list.
Dude, nobody saw it coming. They didn't think he had the strength, the willpower, the ability.
The muscle, even.
The comfort.
The dude's so scrawny.
Yeah, and he's so uncomfortable. Just imagine him cutting up a body. No. Cold-blooded. Disgusting.
All right. I think that's going to do it for the Laugh Track News today. Oh, wait. We're getting a call. One more article. Here we go. The aliens have just landed, and they demand a movie for, Token to take back to their planet to show them how Earth is. Okay? America has voted, and we've decided that we will be sending Emoji Movie 3, Revenge of the Droid. We are all effed.
Terrible. That's terrible. And with that, we just want to say, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Obviously, we're not actual newscasters. You thought we've been doing this for years. Days?
Wait, we're not? Who's paying my bills?
We are. If you like this video, drop a like, subscribe, share it with your friends. If you have any future headlines, pop it in the comment section, tweet us, Instagram us, and, just kind of, wing it. We like to hear the responses, the feedback. Got a lot of cool people. Our DraftKings episode, a lot of time and effort into that, and people are actually tweeting us their DraftKings templates. So get on that social media train. Catch you guys next week.